Hi Collective, welcome to my channel, Crystal Shadow Work. So this is going to be your fall equinox reading for the Twin Flame Collective, okay? So anybody can be guided to this reading, but if you are here and you are on the Twin Flame journey, then you're going to be getting a lot of awakening, realizations, activations within this reading alone, okay? But you can very much be guided to this reading as it is one of my equinox readings, and it's intended for anybody to find it, okay? Because the twins are very much setting the path, okay? Now, the equinox is just so significant, right, for all of us, okay? Now there's two of them each year, right? We have got the spring equinox and then the fall, okay? So we're starting that major change, right, into the new season, and we have equal, the amount of daylight hours and night hours, so it's about bringing that balance, right? And light and dark is just like yin and yang and balancing those energies. We're also officially starting out Libra season, which is all about balance. So, definitely this is a time where, just so much alignment is going on, and it's the harvest season. Fall's always when the harvest comes in and all of that. So there is so much that is going to be just coming about, and so much blessings and abundance for everyone, right? And what you can really kind of think about it too is if you look back at the beginning of spring, when we had the spring equinox, okay, what you were starting to work on, what your intentions were, your plans, the seeds that you started to plant and set are now starting to come into fruition. Those things are starting to come about. So that's kind of like the blessings and the abundance and what you're getting coming in at this time. So guys, each year there's a different theme, right? And I'm going to talk a little bit about that in just a minute, but I wanted to tell you first. So along with the theme to this season, we also have 6 planets, right, in retrograde right now. So that is huge. We really have 7 if you count the Chiron, the star system, or I've always called it like a star system, but it's really like it plays a big role, right, in twins and really in everybody, because it's considered the wounded healer. It actually is asteroids and comets. It's a cluster of them, and they orbit in the solar system like around Uranus and Saturn, right? So some people have argued that very much is like a dwarf planet, kind of replacing Pluto because of just how powerful and effective it is in our life. And you guys could take a look at if you have Chiron placements within your birth chart, right? Some of you may not, some of you may. So it all depends on the position, right? But anyway, so this is huge for closing out a lot of trauma bonds and cycles and repetitive things that you've been trying to overcome, some of you for lifetimes, right? It has a big influence on like your past karma, karmic, your past lives. So what did I want to see here? I was pulling up something on it for you. I wanted to read it. So, okay, I probably can't find it now. I've had to restart this video a couple times, guys. I'm sorry because I keep getting distractions. But anyway, I'll go back to what I have here. So a lot of these trauma bonds are closing out, okay? And I feel that I need to explain a little bit about the twin flame journey, okay? Because a lot of you don't really understand that, because it being a new age topic and and all of this new age metaphysics, everything, I love everything coming out, but it's like so many people jump onto it, right, that so much of it gets mislabeled. Like a lot of people think that these twin flame journeys are like these romance stories and like the Cinderella, the fairy tales. I mean, some of them they do have that kind of, I can see where they got a little bit of it, because it's like these amazing, beautiful stories that they unfold, they turn into when union can happen after somebody finds that empowerment and really that love from within, and they blossom into just this beautiful, abundant creature, so I get that. But no, it's not about finding that other love or that lover coming in to rescue you. It's not what it's about at all, right? These journeys are really, they're divine. So you need to know, first of all, that it's not just like something you can decide I'm gonna go after a twin flame. I'm gonna find a twin flame lover. No, it's something like that. Twin flames, they're actually very chosen. They're chosen ones, okay? Twin flames are part of the 144,000. And the twin flames are one soul that's split into two, right? And they're both two separate chosen ones, okay? And really the whole journey is about finding love, but it's being first in separation of your consciousness is separated, and you're trying to unify that consciousness through finding Christ consciousness, finding that love from within. And that's why the twins, they cannot come together if they're not in union. They have to be separated. They have to not know about the missions from the beginning, and they go through these traumatic and karmic lives, right, from childhood, from the very beginning, because we are closing out karmic cycles, patterns, toxicities within our lives that we're surrounding ourselves in, within our families, bloodlines, right? Also, the world as a whole. A lot of us also have other missions like I do, and I'm a grid worker. So I get sent to different places. I get called to different places where I'm clearing out and healing the earth, where there's been traumatic things that have happened, right? So we're constantly carrying this light, and we are absorbing and we're transmitting this energy. And it's because we're able to clear out this energy, flip it to love. That is where we're raising the vibration of the planet. And that's why we also, throughout the lives, we attract so much karmic people that need healing and fixing. We get so much envy, we get so much evil eye, so much hatred, because people don't understand why we can have these traumatic things happen to us, but we can flip them and still be so happy and still be so blessed and still get all of these amazing things. A lot of chosen ones, people just don't understand why, everything's just given to them or her or him. Like, why does life come so easy for them? Why don't they have to work a 9-to-5 job? Why do they have all these amazing, great things? Because they don't realize that we are doing so much. We're not supposed to be worrying about the normal, mundane lifestyle. We're supposed to have everything that we need as assistance to us, to provide for us as we're here. We're doing so much more. We're carriers of the light, so you don't think that God's going to give us everything that we need and desire to serve our mission when we're in that energy. See, when we're not in that energy, when we let the devil get in and lower our vibration and put us in depression and put us in worry and sadness, then God can't get to us, can't give us the gifts. He can't send the blessings in for us. That's where we have to serve our purpose. We've got to clear out that energy, and then once we do, we're right back up to the attracting. That's why we have instant manifestation. That's why we have anything that we need is provided for us when we're in that vibration, because everything is used as tools for us to serve our mission, okay? So we're beings of the light. We're carriers of the light, right? And so people don't understand that. But see, we know that it's because they don't understand. We know that people, when they have envy, they're in fact broken, because they have so much wounds within themselves that they need a lot of love and healing within themselves. Because you should never have envy and jealousy, because there is more than enough abundance and love for everyone. And it's like we need to be in that vibration of love. Where it flipped is when everybody started to not run off of love, run off of fear and jealousy and anger, and that physical, the 3D world that was created is what did this. It's what separated us from spirituality. It's what separated us from the vibration of love and realizing that there's more than enough abundance and love for everyone. It's like when you see somebody getting blessed with something, that's God's way of showing you, like, look at them getting all this love and abundance. This is what's coming for you. I have this for you too. But if you have that jealousy, that's the devil. Then God's like, okay, I can't bless you. I can't give that to you. You're lowering it. No, right? So see, we know that. So, and I know that it's hard because the devil can only get into your mind and control your mind and get into money, materialistic things, and that control that way. And our electronics are doing it. The electronics are blocking our connection to spirit and source. So we know to replenish our energy, you take a break, get away from these things, right? And most people don't. So a lot of people that are heavy into electronics and things like that can get very, very lost and disconnected and can get very depressed. And then, not to mention, don't get me started on the foods and everything that's in them, to the medications, everything that's in them that disconnects everybody. That's why I always tell everybody you need to go outside. You need to get away from the electronics. You need to be careful about the toxins that you're putting into your body, that you're eating, that you're wearing, that you're, everything. So much stuff has toxins in it, but I can't get too far into that. So, anyway, there's just so much confusion. We're here trying to set things right. And guys, I am a grid worker and I've got multiple missions. All right. I signed up for like a lot of different things. Okay. I've got multiple missions, right? So I'm definitely on the Twin Flame Collective, and I'm a grid worker. I'm a way shower, I'm a teacher, I'm a healer. So I am here to empower other chosen ones, other light workers. So if you're here watching this reading, you are guided to me. So my platform is for. Not everybody's going to find my readings. My readings are meant for the chosen ones, for the collectives, for the twin flames, light workers, starseeds, earth angels. Within watching my readings alone, I can activate you, I can awaken you. We have these portals and gateways that are very significant. This Equinox is probably one of the biggest portals that I work with all year, okay? And it's these crystalline codes that have been coming in. We have a lot of them already embedded in us and in our planet, but the activation that comes in through these is what's going to awaken and align you. The theme to this equinox is actually core awakening. That is how significant this is. Guys, you just don't even know. It's like, it's all very intricate. It is very, it's all in God's plan. It's been put together perfectly. The different portals, each month we have a different themed portal. Lionsgate is huge for awakenings because of our star system, Sirius, which is where we get all of our energy from, right? And all of our spirituality, and that starts to rise, and that's what gets us into Leo season. And then we're getting into that courage, and we're starting to align with our destiny and our divine life path. So a lot of just awakenings massively across this planet. Like everybody got like ascended at least a little bit in Lionsgate, and it caused a huge shift, right? And then the 9/9 portal is another one for starting to organize and plan and starting to make those changes. And then we've got the next portal coming, the 10/10, but this equinox, right? It really does the switch. It's that perfect balance. It's balancing out divine feminines and divine masculines. Now on 8/8 on Lionsgate, massive awakenings for divine masculines happened. A lot of them got awakened to the twin flame mission, so you're not supposed to know about it from the beginning. It's all part of a process. So a lot of them are now awakened, right? So now they're starting to work on healing themselves, work on getting out of karmic relationships and situations where they've been holding on to ego issues. It's basically they've been going through death of the ego. Divine feminines already did that. All twins are awakened at this time. That is so exciting, guys. And this is like a sacred alignment. But this is where I have to tell you guys, okay, where there's a big misinformation, is a lot of people believe that for the Twin Flame Collective, it's all about union. I mean, that is like the biggest thing that can happen. That's like the completion of the journey is union. But even then, it's not even done, because you're still constantly working, and we're still here healing on these journeys and closing out karma and healing it from people surrounding us to the planet. We're still serving our missions. But what I wanted to tell you guys is that the biggest thing that they don't realize is that these journeys of love, they're about separation of consciousness, but then unity of Christ consciousness. And how that happens is you find that love from within. You fully heal yourself, all wounds, all traumas, everything. You fully heal yourself. And when you do that, you magnetically attract your counterpart energy in. It's like, it's undeniable. Like one cannot heal and not heal the other. It's magnetic, right? For the ones that cannot come together, it's simply because the healing is fully not done, right? And it's and a lot of people think that, oh, when they have union, because I see a lot of the stories where people are like, oh, we're in union and all that, and they show that they finally got together with the counterpart. And like, I get it, guys. Like, it took me 7 years to actually even get close to my counterpart where I could say that we were close to union, and we've been together for a year, and we're we're still not even there yet, because we are still healing out karma, so we kind of step and go back and forth. But what it is what I can tell you is you still can come together with your twin, but not be in that unity yet. So but what you need to understand is that for this to happen, it has to happen in the 5D first before it can even come into the 3D. So as we guys need to understand is that when you fully do all of this healing from within, you magnetically attract. It's basically, you actually get to this point where you stop looking for the journey. So if you're still looking for readings to see your progress on the twin flame collective, and you want to know what's going on, like, that's when you know you're still far from it. You know, and that's why, like, you'll even see the readings like, oh, I gave up on the twin flame journey, all of this stuff, because you almost get to that energy where you realize, when you finally get to a place where you're like, well, the twin flame journey doesn't matter anymore. See, it's all part of the process. It's supposed to awaken you and get you excited and get you, when you realize that you have this other half that's identical to you, like, when you want that to come together, you very much do. It's supposed to put us in that energy of just wanting, that's our end all be all, but then we've got to work through those ego issues and realize that we have a lot of healing to do, right? So anyway, so back to this equinox is actually, it's being called like the miracle shifts in the twins, because it's like miracles are happening, right? Because it's really just like a switch and a shift of consciousness. And it's really finally where you're just deciding to opt out of these toxic cycles. You're finally realizing these things that you've been holding on to that were toxic for you, that you did not even realize that were blocking you. It's like if a lot of you are still struggling in the mundane world, then you're fully not awakened to realizing that you're able to manifest exactly everything that you need and desire. That everything runs off of law of attraction. Whenever you're in lack or loss or looking, you're separating yourself from something. If you want something, you're separating yourself from it. So, anyway, the old karmic 3D realities is what's coming down, right? And we're setting the path. We're showing everybody the ways of these, right? And that's why a lot of people are so drawn to these twin flame collectives, and that's why everybody wants it, because isn't that how it goes when something's, just sounds so amazing and so exciting, like everybody wants it, but it's one of those things like you can't sign up for it, and it's just like, I can't even just explain. I'm not going to get too much into that. Anyway, so this is a huge one for unity consciousness, and then the equinox gateway, right? That is open, where these energetic codes are coming through. There are major tests that are going on in the collective, and this is really to test and to show if that these lessons are learned, if these karmic cycles are really getting closed out. And this is how one of them I'm going to tell you is with Mercury retrograde. I told you that this themed one is huge for opting out of these toxic cycles, because with Mercury and retrograde, it's that energy where you have to go back in the past. So you're going to be having past things come up like crazy, and it's just going to be tested to see if it's still a trigger for you. Like, I'll tell you about one that I noticed that happened to me today, in fact, is I realized that when I lost my very first pet, right? It was my very first heartbreak that I had felt. And it took me a long time, like if I even heard my kitty's name or anybody talk about it or anything related to around the time, like I'd break out in tears. Then I got to where that didn't happen, but I'd feel it pull on my heart, different things like that. And so anyways, like I knew that it was a wound, and for a while, like, it took me a while to start getting other pets, things like that. It took me a long time, but it was very significant for me and my Souls girls, because it was like my first time of real heartbreak that I'd had, right? Well, anyways, so to talk to you about how I got tested on it today is I haven't talked about this pet or this animal in years, and today my daughter brings my pet up to me. And I was looking right at her and I was like, oh my gosh, this is another one of those tests, because I've had several of them just today. And I'm just like, wow, oh my gosh. And it just showed me that where that pain that I had felt before, anytime that hurt that I would feel, instead it was different. It was like it was a flutter of love. I don't know how to explain it, except like it to me, it was really feeling that it was a wound that was healed with love, right? And it did a huge trigger for me, because a huge shift to Christ consciousness in this 5D is when you realize that you can keep your vibration, your soul, right? It vibrates at a level right? And you're in control of that, not external factors, not the devil, not the 3D, not anything, just you. And when you can be in control of that and not let others influence that, when you realize that this world is ran on laws of attraction and instant manifestations, and you're able to see beyond the matrix, basically, or beyond this 3D world, you're able to see beyond the material, beyond the physical, beyond what you're told. You basically have to unlearn and tear down all of these things that we've been told. That's when you're in the 5D, that you are very much able to stop time, shift time, move time, all sorts, astral travel. There's so much when you start to ascend and you start to raise your vibration. But like I said, I can't get into too much of all of that. I'm keeping this to this reading here. The more that you awaken this Christ consciousness, the more you start to shift. So anyways, when you can keep your vibration and not let things affect you. So you're going to constantly be getting tested, right? And so there's little things like that. They're not going to be physical tests. It could be little things like testing wounds and traumas, and you're going to be having exes come back from the past, right? Those are going to be big tests. And a lot of times it's to come get that closure, or it's to test the wound, or it's, so if you realize that something is able to bring your vibration down, something is able to pull on you in some way, that's a wound that you need to heal. If you're letting, and things are getting revealed to you, massive awakenings, realizations. So if you've got toxic people around you in situations, if you're constantly have somebody that keeps trying to bring you down and piss you off, obviously that's a toxic, situation, person, environment. So you need to create boundaries for yourself. You need to walk away from that situation. You need to distance yourself. You need to put into place, you need to have that self-love for yourself. That's what having self-love for yourself is when you learn to take time for yourself, you stand up for yourself, you don't let people affect your vibrational frequency. Okay, so that's another step there. So like I said, you're going to be getting all sorts of triggers today, right? All right, so this one is very much about unity consciousness, opting out of toxic cycles, miracle shifts in the twin flames. Because like I said, a lot of twins are starting to get just that shift. And I told you guys, with me being a grid worker here and I work on these codes and I can activate them with you, I could have just activated something within you. If you guys were realizing that, if you've been telling yourself, I'm not in connection or contact with my twin because of what happened in the past and, they don't want to reach out to me, stop right there. That right there shows that you're stuck in the ego. No, your twin not contacting you right now, not talking to you because of why? No, you shouldn't be looking for your twin. You shouldn't be putting a reason on why your twin ain't talking to you. Your twin does talk to you when you're in unity, by the way. You guys talk telepathically and you're on the 5D and you're in union. If they're thinking about something, you're thinking about something. You're constantly on that level because you are one. So if you are thinking externally about your twin, you're not in union. You're not ever going to be. And not everybody is going to come into union, just like that saying, many are called but few are chosen, or whatever. Not everybody's going to get it, guys. And it took me a long time. I can't even tell you how long. It's really up to you, right? And the trauma bonds that you have and the hurt and just, you have to be open to discovery. You have to just really be open and really be able to tear down everything that you've been taught, everything. They taught us all of these things, how the world worked to fit into this 3D matrix, to be controlled by money and material. So you have to completely pull yourself out of that. You have to have so much faith and trust in God, divine source, that that God's got you. God's going to get you everything that you need. You're going to be, everything that you need is provided for you. And a lot of people are just too scared to do that. You can't have fear in this world to be able to go to this 5D, right? All right, so, all right, guys. So I got so many, I felt to pull one of my portal decks, the gateways, the Oracle, the 7 energies. I pull these for every portal gateway I work on, right? Guys, the cards that came out of this deck, what does it have? 49 cards. I was flipping through, because what I do is I work with the cards when I'm meditating, and I flip through them, I put them back in, and the same cards that keep coming out, those are the ones that I set aside. Then I meditate on those, I research them, then I do the reading, same cards come out, right? Anyway, I normally get like 3 or 4 cards, right? I like to tell Source I like to work with 6s and 3s, right? Anyway, when I tell you guys, I had so many cards flip, I probably only had this much of the deck left. This many cards kept coming out, like I'm not even playing. I was just like, oh my gosh. Like I even start to write down my notes off of the cards, right, to give the readings. And I was like, oh my God, like I give up. Are you kidding me? Because it's just like massive awakenings. Like I cannot even explain the energetic level and the frequency that is coming through. It really is just like miracle shifts, and it's just like, it's like chain reaction, like so much is coming through. And a lot of it is because Divine Masculines finally woke up, right? And that Lionsgate energy, and then it's really and it's just that coming in alignment, and so many twins. Oh my gosh, like we really are shifting to the 5D world. This 3D matrix is coming down. It is so exciting. So this equinox is huge, right? So letting go of the egos, baby. Open discovery. All right, just a minute, guys. All right, guys, sorry about that distraction. Hopefully my video doesn't glitch. Okay, so, all right, so with this being under Mercury retrograde, right, there's always those communication problems and distractions, so hopefully my video uploads. Okay, so I gotta remember where I was. I finally got, we had our water heater, like, blow up, so I've got my new water heater here. So crazy, all the things, the malfunctions with electronics and things, and like delays, and then I've had the air going out, electronic stuff in my car, all sorts of stuff with this retrograde. It's crazy. So definitely, I'm looking right here at Earth Magic. There's definitely things are coming about and changing, right? So I wanted to get into the cards, so I want to tell you guys that there's just so much energy that is jam-packed that's coming through, right, at this time. And it's all coming in within our planet, right? And it's because it's just like accelerated. What I was getting to is that the solar flares are also a big impact, right? Because it's dramatically like making this energy that's coming through within the crystalline codes like advance rapidly and very quickly. So there's just so much that is like amplified at this time, right? So that's very significant too. So I feel that that's a big factor too. So I'm going to get into doing the cards, right? Because I'm already at 27 minutes. I won't pull the tarot in this one, but I'm definitely going to be putting together a lot of other readings. So you should definitely subscribe to my channel, right? So you'll get the notifications on when I do uploads. I'll be saved under your subscriptions. So you can find my channel again. All right. The land between. This is was like the first card that was coming out, and this is what it was showing me. It's just like you're definitely shifting from one world to the next. You're going to be going through dramatic changes. Look at my voice. My voice is going out now. Your voice could be changing. You could really be expressing a lot. Your throat could be getting activated where you're actually, you could be sounding different because you're really taking authority and action. I told you this is a very powerful time of balancing out those divine masculine and divine feminine energies. So you are definitely, you're taking that authority and that action, and you're expressing yourself, and you're making just significant changes in your life, right? So there's just so much that is going on at this time. Okay, so I'm trying to calm down now. I'm looking right at the lotus flower too. Burst of magic. Look at that. You're like raising your vibration so high. So many people are awakening into this Christ consciousness now. So the vibration is just elevating so much. A big sign too is like a warning message for you or a warning sign is if you keep seeing 1111 flash at you, because that's about sacred alignment. So it's basically letting you know changes, alignment, awakening. Every time you see it be brought to your attention, know that you're shifting and you're elevating, and be thinking about like what you're thinking about at that time. Raise your vibration. Are you sad? Are you letting something pull on your energy? Are you needing to create some sort of boundary? Are you needing to block something out? Are you needing to, is this in alignment with you? Because as you guys elevate and you raise your vibration, you're going to be outgrowing situations and people and environment. It's just like when you elevate so much, you can't stay where you're at, right? You're not going to be in alignment with people and situations. Look at this, a powerful move. You guys are being put in a position of power. Like I said, we are God's chosen ones. We are meant to be in a position of power, right? And God is going to be elevating us. And it's like once we get up to his level, he just grabs us and he elevates us fast, right? And it's because it's all part of the plan. Because God wants to elevate his chosen ones. It needs to be known, right? So that way everybody sees that you go through this mass awakening, because we are setting the path, right? We're elevating, we're triggering so many others, right? Look, I shuffled and it's right back out. Powerful move, broken open. A lot of you needed to get put to a place where you were getting broken open, right? So many of you got put in a place where you were going to be broken open. So God could show you, right? These energies, these people, these situations that were pulling on your heart, that were affecting your vibrational frequency, that were triggering your trauma bonds, that were putting you in this lower vibrational energy. So like I said, a lot of you, are in situations with people, karmics, right? Some of you have karmic family members, karmic friends, karmic children, things like that could very much be, getting into that. Right? So you're having to impose those restrictions and boundaries and protect your energy level and all of that, right? Okay, I want to see other messages I have. So the main cards, I'm going to tell you that I started to write down. Okay, so beyond the ordinary, accepting things and not knowing, because that's what it's about, and that's where you're trusting, right? Because you have to allow things to take form. So you're really just trusting everything that is happening at this time, that you are being aligned and put into place. So things are going to be getting revealed to you, and some things have to be taken away from you so God can replace you in alignment with where you're supposed to be. It's just like if, say, you're in a position where people are using you or taking advantage of something that you have, right? And you're not seeing it as that, God's going to remove it from you, because some of you are not meant to go where you're going. Certain people or situations doesn't want them to go with you. You're not going to be able to bring your haters with you. You're not going to be able to bring people that are going to be bringing you down or affecting your mission with you. So it's like God is eliminating all obstacles and blockages, right? So you might not see why things are getting pulled out of your situation, why things are happening. That you need to go with the flow, because you are being aligned with where you're supposed to be. So allowing things to take form, letting go. And some of them are those tests. Are you in the material, the physical, or you know that you're in this laws of attraction? Are you in this energy of knowing that God's going to provide for you everything you need to have faith and trust in the mission, right? All right, so the land between, so you're going to get into this place of a little bit of waiting. You need to be open to discovery, which is another waiting card. Be open to discovering. You're going to be receiving important information, letting go of things, all thinking outside the 3D matrix, allowing things to take form beyond the ordinary. The royal you was another big card too, and that's knowing that, look, exposed and revealed. Told you things are going to be coming out, and that evil eye too. You're very much going to be seeing a lot of this evil eye. You're going to be seeing the things that people have been saying about you. Like you may overhear or run across letters or emails or, things like that. And ears wide open to, you could overhear things. Things can get brought to your attention where you're going to realize that that's why, people are being moved from you and things like that. But like I said, just go with the flow. Don't let it affect your vibrational frequency, right? You need to know the royal you, that you guys you're meant to live a lifetime of royalty, right? And I say that, and for some of you, it's living in lavish houses and having the fancy cars and all that. But for others, that might not be what you want. It's the life that you desire, the life of your dreams. Whatever that is for you, that's what you're able to have. For some of you, you just might want to live in a quiet house off in the country and whatever, then that's what you're going to have. Right? But it's that where you're not going to have to long for money, material comfort, love, any of those things. You're going to be in that energy of attracting Into me I see. You're realizing that your inner world is a reflection of your outer world, as within, so without. So very much you need to be willing to let go of anything that is jeopardizing that at this time. There we go, powerful move again. So you're definitely moving to position. So if you guys like this, you know, a style deck, definitely I'll do another reading where it's just strictly Oracle of the Sevens, where I'm not channeling a bunch of messages, because I got a lot going on right now. I'm getting my new water heater installed and all of that. So I need to take a little bit of a break, but this was such a powerful deck. Like I told you, I just could not believe so many cards are coming out. So I definitely want to do another reading with Oracle of the Sevens. I got a lot of other Oracle, you know, readings, messages, these cards that I pull on these gateways and portals. I'm going to be using these, and I got 2 tarot decks, right, that are going to be special, and they're going to be very significant, that I'm doing for tonight, right, and strictly the Equinox energy. So I'm very excited. It's my first time using them, so I'll be doing the first readings with them. So if you're interested in that, definitely subscribe and come back. It should be after 9 o'clock, right? Because I think 9 o'clock was the last time that I got for the Equinox, like 9:24. Because I wanted to do the readings once the time changed here. So, all right, guys. Well, I know there's a lot of channel messages in there, and I kind of felt myself going in and out ever since I came back because of all the distractions. So, all right. Hopefully, it uploads fine, and love and light to you, all of you. Oh, one last thing, remember to have gratitude today. Today is very significant for being grateful and thankful for all the things that you have, okay? That you're very close to Spirit, Source, Divine, Creator, and all of that today. So, and it's also changing your mindset, your perspective, the new path, and for the new season. All right, guys. Love you. Bye.